San Diego Comic-Con 2025. They had some huge reveals yesterday. All these pictures are courtesy of Ringside Collectibles' Instagram, and we got a lot of cool figs to go over. These are my personal favorites from what was released yesterday. We got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it. One of my top collecting rules that I live by is to buy with a purpose. Know where you're going to display the upcoming figures that you buy. This right here is my Superstars collection, and this is going to be a great spot for some of these upcoming Superstar releases. And man, this upcoming Rock 2-pack featuring him in his Rocky Maivia days all the way to the current final boss, I am super excited about. That one I am definitely going to scoop up. And I especially love the soft goods that come with this final boss. And most of all, that championship belt. That is going to be something really awesome to acquire. Can't wait for this 2-pack. And then I'm also going to scoop up this early 90s WCW Rob Van Dam wearing the red singlet. I like how it has him barefoot. You can probably customize that and with maybe make it into like a UFC or MMA or maybe like a Ken Shamrock Superstars style retro figure. And then we have an updated Stone Cold Steve Austin Superstars series figure. This is an update from the early release one from the Masters of the Universe version that we have right there in my collection, but I'm definitely going to scoop this one up and add to my Stone Cold display. And this is cool to see. Steiner Brothers Superstar Series. I just recently did an unboxing from my retro Steiner Brothers made by Matt Maniacs and Nerd Closet. And I was mentioning just how cool it would be to have a Superstar Series Steiner Brothers to add to my display. And sure enough, they've got some upcoming. And then we got a Superstars release of Hurricane. Likely will not be getting this one, but just wanted to share with y'all. A Nikolai Volkov, I will also likely be passing on this. And then one more, the George the Animal Steel. Nice soft good shirts. If they complete us out there, that's something for you guys to shoot for, but I'm likely going to pass. Sound off in the comments for me, which of these Superstars are you excited for most? Then we take a look at some of the upcoming retros that's going to be released. The two that will likely be getting from this series will be the Ultimate Warrior and Bobby the Brain. The other two I'm not quite interested in. And I like how the Warrior retro comes with like a throwback Hasbro style championship belt. That's going to be nice. I'm also a big fan of the Knuckle Krunchers and minifigs in general. I'm definitely going to be picking up that Rock. I like the belt that comes with this Drew and probably will just be picking them up just for the belt. I already have a Cody, so I likely won't be picking this Cody up. The CM Punk, I do like that CM Punk. I'm probably going to be scooping him up. I think it's going to be his first Knuckle Kruncher. And I do like how the Seth Rollins Knuckle Kruncher comes with that belt. I likely will be getting that just for the belt. As with this LA Knight, I'll be getting it primarily for the US Championship. And I think I'm going to pass on old Solo right here. Now, they had on display a full-scale SmackDown ring with the new blue canvas and WWE logo in the middle. Now, I do like this particular ring. However, the places just take up so much room. I don't think I'll be scooping up a new scale-sized ring because I just don't think I have the space or spot I can put it. But I do like how that looks. Now, this 3-pack is a must-have for me. I like all three guys. I have a permanent Bret Hart display, permanent Stone Cold, and then that Ken Shamrock will likely go in either my referee's display or one of my MMA displays here. But it's looking like they rescanned Bret's head, and I never jumped on the bandwagon of always criticizing how Bret's head looked in previous figures. But what do you think? Did they finally get it right? And I'm real excited about this Ken Shamrock. I had contemplated maybe possibly making a custom back in the day with maybe one of the referee shirts that I had, a spare one. But it was just tough to find like the lower body, but they did a really good job here, and that's going to be a sweet addition to the collection. Speaking of customs, I was stoked to see that they were going to be making an official release of G.I. Bro But there is my custom that I made after the recent Monday Night War release of Booker T. Let me know how you think I did. Let me know in the comments. Do you like my custom or nah? And then we have mid-90s Fat 2 that's going to be released. This was pre-Sultan, pre-Rikishi, and post-Head Shrinkers Fat 2. We got an upcoming Rock with a nice shirt, open-up shirt. I think I'm going to grab that one. I'm definitely going to be grabbing this Pillman and add it to my Heart Foundation display. And I'm kind of on the ropes of this Shark John Tenta. I might add him to my WCW display. Now, I'm on the ropes on this new Eric Bischoff figure. I do like how it looks. It's a sweet looking figure, but I already have about 4 or 5 different Bischoffs from different eras, from Marvel to Jax to Mattel, and it's really like, how many Bischoffs do you need? So still on the fence on if I'm going to get this one. And then this right here, this is the big one. I really think they've outdone themselves with this crossover. This is like the best one yet to date. The WWE Street Fighter crossover figures are amazing. There we see John Cena portraying Guile. I would have thought they would have used Cody Rhodes. And then this is probably the best looking one right here. Ultimate Warrior Blanca. How awesome is that? And then these figures are so awesome looking that they're the type that you're likely going to have to try to buy 2. One to keep in box, one to keep loose. At least that's going to be my plan if I can get my hands on any of these. How appropriate is that? The Rock as M. Bison, the final boss. That is going to be a sweet figure to have in hand. Now, I showed you earlier I had an attempt at a custom G.I. Bro, but I also had an attempt at a custom Ryu crossover Rey Mysterio that you see right here. Now, this one, all I did was just do a head swap on the current Ryu figure release. There you see him side by side. How do you think I did? Let me know. Here's another one I enjoyed, a quick head swap for Ken and Eddie. And now we move on to these upcoming releases for John Cena. And that reminds me of last year when they were releasing so many Hogans for the Hulkamania 40th anniversary. And as of today's recording, it was just released today of Hulk Hogan's passing this morning, unfortunately. But where I'm going with that is just all these Cena figures. I eventually last year was reaching somewhat of like Hogan fatigue, where they were just releasing so many Hogan figures. I just was unable to keep up, and I'm almost running into that with these John Cena ones, but I haven't quite ran into Cena fatigue yet because he does have some really nice upcoming figures yet to be released, and I'm still trying to get my hands on that clear John Cena Elite. I love how this Piper's Pit set looks. I think I'm going to pass on scooping it up though. Now, any Rey figures are no questions asked. I always pick up Reys to put in my Rey display. And then these are some other Ultimate Editions that are going to be released. This is a re-release of this Taker Phantom of the Opera mask figure, but this time he's got a soft goods jacket. I'm really digging this Elite release of the suited Corey Graves figure. I already have the basic one with him in the black suit. That's already in my suited figure display, but I'm going to definitely scoop this one up. And Warrior is another figure to me, just like Rey Mysterio, where there's no questions asked. If there's a new release of a Warrior, I scoop it up. And then we got some new defining moments. We got this CM Punk and his Ring of Honor gear. These will look really good next to the AEW Ring of Honor CM Punks. And I'm happy to see that they're making a more updated version for Jey Uso's figures. I might have to make my own Jey Uso display and make room for that. Who knows? And a new Eddie Guerrero figure. I always put all of my Eddies in the Rey Mysterio display. So I got my eyes on this Eddie. I think I'm going to pass on that Paul Heyman, but I've got to pick up this iconic Stone Cold Steve Austin with the bloody face. And you know what? I'm going to have to pick up that Kurt Angle too. I'm starting to stack up on the Kurt Angles. May have to make a Kurt Angle display as well. I'm for sure going to pass on the Logan Paul. I don't have any Logan Paul figures at this moment. And this Mr. Fuji. I'm really looking forward to this one because this is going to look good with my Demolition figures and my Demolition display. I actually thought that they were going to maybe come out with some Demolition Mattels. I thought they had signed a deal. If you know more about that, let me know in the comments.